I see you. Die hard. Trap. We gonna do this one the right way. We in here forever. Yeah. Die hard. Homie, die hard. You can check the swag, he the realest by far. Swimming in that blue and orange, he the lifeguard. Yeah, he been through pain, at least he got some nice scars. He can smell a trophy, yeah, you need it back to back. Represent himself, his own name is on his back. 10 toes down, try to stop him, he come back. Bandwagon hoppers, he will knock you off your tracks. You ain't saying nothing, Nero been here from the start. He been working in the lab to take his team and make it art. See him going over film to help him build and make him smart. He will tell you how he feels because he's real and he got heart. He will never fade away, he will never change his face. Everybody picking faves and he's feeling out of place. Cause he is for the team and he always rep the squad. Like that Christmas movie, he gon' always die hard. City on my back. They ask me what's my name and it's on my back. I'm just speaking facts. We got big dreams, we ain't looking back. We be really die hard, yeah, that's a fact. We be really die hard, ain't no going back. Make the whole crowd rise like a thermostat. Fourth quarter, I'm the killer that's gonna murder that.
What's good, guys? It's your boy Die Hard Eru in the place to be, Die Knicks podcast, man. Yeah, it's been a while. Off season's here, so we just finished with the playoffs. A lot of energy, a lot of money wasted, man. You want to talk about time, energy, money, all that stuff wasted this season. It seems like it's wasted when you look back at it sometimes, but the memories, man. I met a lot of new Knicks fans this year. This is why I got into this podcast stuff, man, because I just wanted to meet new Knicks fans. I wanted to meet people like me. Because in my friend circle, I guess everybody can kind of relate to this situation. Is that like in your life, you're basically the biggest Knicks fan in your life. That's how everybody gives it up. When everybody talks about their fandom and stuff. But so you go out into the internet. That's the quickest way to find like-minded people, man. So you latch out, you find your little niche, and whatever, man. But just like sports media and stuff like that, people kind of get clicked up, and then they only get closed into their little circle. They think only what they're doing is the best thing, and nobody else has ever did anything other than what they're doing. So I mean, I see people out there. Shout out to Knicks Twitter, because that's basically what I'm talking about. With my podcast too, I always was never held names. I never held thoughts and stuff like that. So I need to get back into that. So I got inspired today by somebody that I'm actually going to guest star on. You're gonna have me on as a guest tomorrow. I'll give you guys information about that as the show goes on. But he inspired me to just do what I want to do. Just watching him do what he does, nobody cares about him, nobody knows about him, at least from my perspective, but people do know him, so he does his show, it does the way that he wants to do it. So I kind of like lost my thought process a little bit, lost my reason to do this podcast for a hot second. I'm just basically watching other people just do what they do. The national media too, with all the nonsense going on with the WNBA and stuff like that. I kind of like lost my taste to kind of even be in this space, But I got reminded, but like I said, by this guy, and I'm just gonna go back to doing what I do. And like I said, I'm not gonna hold back with stuff that I say, on here, and I'm just gonna go balls out like I normally do on this channel here. So that's just like a reintroduction to what I've been doing here. Of course, Die Hard Eru, 4 fingers to the floor, tucking the thumb salute. Usually I have my Die Hard Knicks hat. I'm gonna be rocking this one. This is from Harlem CEO. One of everybody knows him from the chats and stuff like that. But he's always in my chat, always supporting, like always, man. So I'm gonna be rocking this hat, off and on here. This is commemorates the 70th year in the NBA, and the Knicks have been around since 1946. You know what I'm saying? So I always tell people I've been a Knicks fan for life, and this is it here. I've been a Knicks fan all my life. 1946, you want to say that's the time the Knicks were the inception. As a Knicks fan, I can go back and talk about those eras too. Even though I understand, the joke is like, oh, those guys were plumbers and stuff like that. I just think people are just so insensitive right now. Everybody's trying to make the joke. Everybody's trying to be smarter than the next person. Everybody's trying to click up and, we're doing it bigger than you. We're doing it better than you type of thing. I think we just need to get back to the fun of things, and cut the bullshit. You know what I'm saying? You have to remember your past in order to know what's going on in your future. That's what I'm going to allude to in this pod as I go on here. But this pod is about trades and stuff like that, so I don't want to get too preachy and stuff like that and start getting to other things. But it's about trades and stuff. So straight up, Bleacher Report. Bleacher Report started also as one of those lower level kind of things where they just build up their momentum on their own as they build their business. Now Bleacher Report is up there with some of the biggest names out there. You want to talk about Yahoo Sports? Yahoo Sports was up there at one point, but now Yahoo Sports has fell off the face of the earth, to tell you the truth. They have their little things here and there, but Yahoo Sports kind of fell down the totem pole. And I'm mentioning that just because Bleacher Report kind of went above them. So Bleacher Report is my go-to as far as like an app when I go to look for scores or look for like little articles or stuff like that. I'll find it on Bleacher Report. I usually get notification, that type of thing. So Bleacher Report is one of my go-tos on my phone. You know what I'm saying, as far as information and stuff. But their beat writers are starting to get crazy now. Everybody's trying to be the shock jock. Everybody's trying to put out the information that let me just put some shit out just to make people click and talk bad about it. That's another thing too, man. That's why I think what I do is important, even though you might consider me a small podcast, or why is he even doing this? You know what I'm saying? I'm doing it because there's entities like Bleacher Report that forgot who they are, who forgot how they started. They started with putting out good stuff, putting out good, thoughtful content. Now they put out bullshit, and like these trades that I'm about to show you on the screen right now. These are just pure bullshit trades here. So let's put this on the screen. Let's make sure I get that right. So there it goes. So these are the trade ideas here, man. If you guys can see it, man, these trades are bullshit. First of all, Mikal Bridges, that's one of the names that's been out there, as far as coming to the Knicks. Knicks fans are excited about getting the final Infinity Stone, the final dude from Villanova to start the whole show back up again here with the Knicks. On the other side, Mitchell Robinson, because Hartenstein is in the contract, is going to be a free agent. Everybody's talking about possibly trading Mitch Robinson now because we got to pay Hartenstein. So these are just two names that are in the mix there. But the two trade ideas that they put out there, like I said, is pure bullshit. So I mean, did they have people that editors and stuff like that check things out before they post it? Like I said, these are just snuff trades here, just put out there just for Knicks fans to go, oh, this fucking stupid trade for engagement. So the engagement whores are out there, man, and it makes me it's annoying to see guys that came up like Bleacher Report that are now just busting out with bogus trades. So let's talk about it, man. This talking points. So let's talk about how stupid they are. Mikal Bridges, okay. Every Knicks fan wants to get rid of Julius Randle. To this day, I just don't understand it. Julius Randle dislocated his shoulder. There's nothing he could do about that. And Tom Thibodeau didn't overwork him or anything like that. It just he got undercut. Fell on the shoulder popped out the socket. How unfortunate. You know what I'm saying? Last year he had busted both his ankles, tried to play on them. In the offseason, ended up having double ankle surgery, man. Come on, man. Like what's like people are crazy. That everything is always like a negative thing all the time. Even when they're trying to be positive, everything is just negative. So anyway, look at this trade, man. It says Julius Randle. I'm not even gonna say the years of these picks because that and pick swaps and all that sort of shit. You guys know that I freaking can't stand that. But look at this: 4 first-round draft picks and Julius Randle for Mikal Bridges. Come on, man, that's fucking bullshit. That's not even worth the print. That's not even worth me talking about it. But my thing is Bleacher Report wants the attention, so let's give it to them, man. Julius Randle, 4 first-round picks for Mikal Bridges. Mikal Bridges can't even sniff the resume that Julius Randle has, man. You want to talk about the way that he played. Mikal Bridges played in Phoenix. His reputation was being an ultimate role player. He wasn't not known for scoring or anything like that. Maybe 14 points per game, 12 points per game, that type of thing. But his thing was really defense and just team play, being the ultimate glue guy, ultimate team guy. So this is who he was. He goes to the Nets. His scoring goes up a little bit. It went up 27 points per game, if I'm not mistaken, for that half a season when he came over with the Knicks. But last year, he averaged 19 points per game in a losing season. So a dude that's averaging 19 points per game, in a losing team, the Nets were terrible. You mean to tell me that he's worth Julius Randle, who is a three-time All-Star, two-time All-NBA player, 25, 10, and 5 for like the last 5 years or so. You know what I'm saying? You mean to tell me that this is the trade that they came up with? This is worth our time talking about. So I mean, it's ridiculous. Like Mikal Bridges, I get it. He's a guy that we could probably possibly get to bring onto the Knicks. But those 4 first round draft picks, man, maybe cut it down to 2, maybe. Or maybe give them one of the draft picks that we're supposed to get from somebody else. Maybe add that pick and the next pick. Maybe 25. This year I believe we had 24 and 25. Maybe trade both these 2 picks this year. I mean, and maybe add Bogey, Bogdanovich to the deal, or maybe add like Deuce McBride or something like that. Why Julius? Why the all-star? Why the guy with all the recognition and stuff like that? Why not add those guys that are not really in that are in the Knicks plans but not really in the Knicks plans? Trade those 2 guys, maybe with 2 draft picks for Mikal Bridges. You know what I'm saying? The Nets, I think, will probably do that because they're looking to get younger. They're looking to do whatever. But there was reports today saying that the Nets were looking to build around Mikal Bridges. Now, my thing is, if they're looking to build around Mikal Bridges, then they might as well just give up. You know what I'm saying? Because Mikal Bridges is not a piece that you build around, especially when you have a team full of Mikal Bridges. They have a team full of the same player. So Mikal Bridges, he's getting all the minutes and stuff like that. But you got guys like Cam Thomas. You got guys like I mean, man, fuck those guys in the Nets, man. But for what I'm saying, they got like 4 guys that basically do the same thing. Cam Johnson is on that team also. So all these guys play small forward kind of, shooting guard kind of, roles here, the same roles that the Mikal Bridges would play. So I would rather invest in those young guys, get rid of Mikal Bridges, bring in 2 extra draft picks, and build that way. They need to rebuild this team through the draft. I'm talking about the Nets. You know what I'm saying? So that's a trade that they should be making. They shouldn't, this trade here, I mean, it's not even worth talking about. But if they were to make a trade with the Knicks, I believe that Mikal Bridges could come to the Knicks, but like I said, for Bogey, add Deuce to that mix. Mitchell Robinson might possibly end up going there because the Nets they could be losing their center over there also too in free agency. So maybe trading Mitchell Robinson and say like a Deuce McBride over there to the Nets. That might be something that they would do also. Just to get their center back and stuff like that. That's something they might do. Add the 2 draft picks to that. Then maybe we can get Mikal Bridges. You know what I'm saying? That's something to think about. As far as trading for him. So little guys like that. So then you add Mikal Bridges to the team. Now you have Julius, possibly resign OG, which is crazy to me. Then you have Hartenstein. You resign him. Then now you have Brunson and possibly Mikal Bridges as a starting 2. Make DiVincenzo come off the bench to take over for Deuce's spot. And that's the team right there. That would be worth it. 2 first-round draft picks is probably the most I would give. Maybe a second-round pick too if they want that. But 4 first-round picks and Julius, come on, man, get the fuck out of here, man. You know what I'm saying? So, anyway, just the thought of Mikal Bridges is a great idea, and I just pointed it out that it could possibly happen that way, man. So, I mean, I do have the trade machine, logged up here, but I just want to talk about this real quick before I start going that route. Mitchell Robinson, I mentioned him too. Mitchell Robinson, you guys know me from this channel. I do not want this guy on this team anymore. He's been on this team for six whatever. He's been on this team since he was 18, 19 years old, right? Has not gotten better. He has not added anything to his game. So as much people keep saying, oh, the great on Mitchell Robinson, how valuable and this, that, and the other, and whatever, he's a beast and all this. Yo, can you legit tell me what he has added to his game to make him better? If anything, he's gotten worse over the years. His shot blocking has gone down. You know what I'm saying? And also his free throw percentages has gone down. Even his field goal percentage has gone down. You know what I'm saying? His field goal percentage was up almost in the 70s at one point. Now this shit is like back down to like a normal percentage. If Mitchell Robinson is not scoring every single time that he gets up there with those dunks and stuff like that, then he's completely useless. The reason why his percentage went down so much, because if he's not dunking it, he's trying to put it back up and lay it up or whatever. And he can't make layups. He literally can't make layups. And I don't want to argue about that anymore with anybody, because we have so many years of footage and just time watching. Because we watch 82 games of this motherfucker, man. 82 games for how many years? 6 years or so. We know what this guy can do, man. Enough is enough already. If we could trade Mitchell Robinson, say I actually like that idea, trading him to the Nets. for Mikal Bridges, along with possibly Bogey or something like that, or Deuce McBride or something. I think that's a great idea. But anyway, they throw Memphis out there. Now Memphis, they got Steven Adams and they got their own young guys over there. Of course, they got John Morant. Maybe adding John Morant there. With Mitch Robinson as a lob threat. But they got Jaren Jackson Jr. over there too. So I don't understand why they chose Memphis as a team. But let's get into it. They said Kevin Luke Kennard. Like, why would the Knicks want Luke Kennard? But throw Luke Kennard in there. Luke Kennard could shoot. Small forward, shooting guard, kind of tweener kind of guy. For the 9th pick. So you mean to tell me the Memphis Grizzlies are going to trade the 9th pick and Luke Kennard plus 2 second-round draft picks? What the fuck are we talking about here? That is garbage. And I feel bad for Memphis Grizzlies fans that have to look at a trade like this on Bleacher Report and clearly see this fucking bullshit. Why would Memphis Grizzlies trade a decent player that could possibly get into somebody's rotation, a number 9 pick, top 10 pick in a draft, in a lottery, for Christ's sake, and then 2 second-round draft picks later on? Like, come on, man, that's complete garbage, man. And why would they choose the Memphis Grizzlies as a team that he would go to? It just doesn't make any sense to me. It just doesn't make any sense. It's a bad fit because, like I said, they already have Jaren Jackson Jr. over there, and they have their own young guys too that they could put up, to play different things there. Maybe they could use Mitch Robinson over there, but in a trade like this is garbage, complete bullshit, man. So I mean, one team that's obvious, man, that I would like to see Mitch Robinson possibly go to is maybe the Pelicans. So that the Pelicans have young guys there. So if you believe in Mitchell Robinson and you think Mitchell Robinson is so fucking great, then maybe Mitchell Robinson could be traded to the Pelicans and actually get one of their players, one of their young players, you know what I'm saying, to add to the roster. So you can just use your imagination, whatever the guy's name, Herb Jones or whoever the fuck you think over there that they have. What's Money's name? I can't think of dude's names, but the Pelicans have some small forwards over there that can play. So if you think Mitchell Robinson is good enough and he's young enough still, all this, that, and the other, then why can't we trade Mitchell Robinson for one of those guys? And possibly a filler and that type of thing just to get the trade done. Let's think along those lines. How can we get better in that way? You know what I'm saying? The Pelicans are probably going to try to get better defensively, so they're going to want Mitchell Robinson there, instead of like Valanciunas or something like that. Throw Mitchell Robinson on the Pelicans. Now that's the defense that they've been looking for, the rebounder, quote unquote, and all this other stuff that people think Mitchell Robinson is. Mitchell Robinson can go to the Pelicans and do that for them, do that role for them, and he probably would fit better there. And that's his hometown, so send Mitchell Robinson over there. But yes, you must give us somebody. You must give us a good player. Not to the point where we're asking for 4 first-round draft picks and all that bullshit, or the number 9th pick, for Mitchell Robinson. Come on, man. With the Pelicans, I'm quite sure if the Knicks and were motivated and the Pelicans were motivated to get Mitchell Robinson, there would be a trade available for that particular player. So let me take this off for a second, just so I can fix to the next screen here. There you go. So let's just move on here. I'm going to talk about Anthony Davis. So this is actually an article from what's this from? This is from Sports Illustrated, I believe. Sports Illustrated, talking about Anthony Davis and the blockbuster trade. This is in April 17, 2024. So this is before the actual playoffs and everything like that. Before the playoffs are over, and they were talking about Anthony Davis. Knicks were still in the playoffs or whatever. Anyway, the season was ending and stuff like that. So they were talking about linked to a blockbuster trade to the Knicks. So my thing is just straight off the bat there, like Anthony Davis, is this a guy that we want on the Knicks? Skill set wise, man, you could go down the line. I think they posted his stats here. He has ridiculous stats, man. He's 31 years old. When was his right? He's in the middle of his prime right now for a big man. 24 points per game, 12 rebounds, which was it says a season high for him. 2.3 blocks and 1.7 steals, 3.5 assists. He's a guy that fills the stat sheets, man. He's like a fantasy player that you absolutely want to draft because he's going to fill up all the stats. He gets threes and all this other stuff too. So he's a guy that fills the stat sheet. So just on paper alone, for what he does and what he brings to the team, he's absolutely what the Knicks could use at the center spot. Especially if you're going to put OG along with Josh Hart, because that seems what everybody likes is talking about, having OG and Josh Hart as the starting forwards. So if you're going to do that, then a guy like Anthony Davis actually would be a good fit for that. So if you talk about on paper, it looks fantastic. So it's funny that I say paper. Anthony Davis, is might possibly be made of paper. Anthony Davis jumped in the air one time and turned his ankle in the air. How the fuck did he do that? He jumped in the air and turned his ankle and then fell to the floor. Oh, my ankle, my ankle. So this guy is even worse than anybody that we have on the Knicks as far as injuries. So we're gonna have OG, who's always injured, and then have Anthony Davis also, who's almost guaranteed to get injured every freaking year. So it's kind of weird that these names keep getting brought up here. But that was in April. But just the other day, 10 hours ago, now we're talking about Anthony Davis being a top priority for the Lakers. So for because of the new head coach. Who's the new head coach they're supposed to be trying to get? This motherfucker, like this. I mean, you want to talk about con artists, bro? Guys that all of a sudden like he retires, right? Nobody gave a shit about JJ Redick when he retired. Like nobody was looking for him. Then he gets his own podcast. The podcast was good. He rolled the wave to the podcast to get on ESPN, and by him and like this mean facing it, like where did this come from? He didn't play like this. He didn't play with this angry like edge to him, but as a commentator, he's always like borderline about to fuck somebody up. When he's out there. So I don't know where that comes from with JJ Redick. But anyway, that's what he is there. So now he's now rumored to be a top candidate to be the head coach for the Lakers. What the fuck? Like now, and then people are comparing him to Pat Riley and stuff like that. Like, wow, this guy hasn't done shit. Now, he hasn't really even done much in his playing career. But to be compared to like an all-time great and he hasn't done anything yet, what a big con artist. But anyway, this guy could possibly, go to the Lakers and become Pat Riley. Anything is possible. Just like I can grow tits and all of a sudden become a female, out of nowhere. If I want to put my mind to it, you could do anything in this life. You know what I'm saying? But this guy, he does whatever. So I mean, so does that mean Anthony Davis is off the table? So if he was to trade Anthony Davis to the Knicks, would the Lakers be satisfied with Julius Randle and say like Mitchell Robinson for like Anthony Davis? I don't know, just throwing stuff out there. Would that be something that they could build with? So even though with that, LeBron James had the podcast with this guy. So does LeBron James want to stay on the Lakers with his podcast host as his coach? I don't know, man. 2024 is a fucking weird ass year, man. Like I said, I mentioned the WNBA early, the beginning of the podcast. I kind of want to talk about that. I'll do that on a different channel or whatever. But 2024 is fucking weird, man. A lot of weird stuff going on out there with the stuff that people are saying now. Like it's almost Don Imus level. Was it Howard Stern level commentary out there. They're calling Caitlyn Jenner, Caitlyn whatever her name is, a white girl. Like, what are we doing, man? Didn't we just get over that? Like that type of thing, So now we're back calling girls white girls and stuff like that. Like we didn't have Diana Taurasi, take the league by storm for like 20 years. You know what I'm saying? Like we didn't just have Sue Bird, one of the greatest point guards ever. Coming straight out of college. These guys took the WNBA by storm. But now Caitlyn's here, so now she's like this, like so. This is the era of the fucking cocksuckers, man. You know what I'm saying? So, so if I could do that, I didn't set it up, man. But let me take this down for a second, and then let me give it its proper due here. So I'm doing some Googling here. I forgot about this segment. This is a very important segment that I wanted to be a part of this show. You know what I'm saying? So I just want to make sure that I get it right here for you guys. So as you guys watch the show, man, you know that I'm very passionate about this subject. I just like to I just want everyone to be involved, you know what I'm saying? So like if anybody feels like they're not involved and like they they're not they're not wanted in their friend group, or let's say what can I say, man? Like you're just always not invited to the party. Let me just do this here. Let me do this for everyone, that like that, just looking to like say stuff just to be to feel important, shock jock and all that stuff like that. Let me invite you to the fucking hot dog stand. You know what I'm saying? Let me invite you to the hot dog stand. So who would I like to invite to the hot dog stand? I would say, somebody like this. But not really, saying so. Just more talking points there. But to invite somebody to the hot dog stand, who would I do that today? Let me see. I'll just put it right on the screen here. Somebody that I blocked on all platforms, but for some reason I keep seeing everything because everybody keeps posting his thing here. So let me just say it right live on TV. Stephen A. Smith. This dude right here, his comments for Monica Minogue, like how he made her and whatever like that, man. Let me invite Stephen A. Smith to the hot dog stand. Welcome to the hot dog stand. Come and get your glizzy, you know what I'm saying? To get your favorite beverage to wash it down, man. Welcome to the hot dog stand, Mr. Stephen A. Smith. So I will be doing that every podcast. I'm gonna be inviting my whoever's in the asshole of the day to the hot dog stand, man. So we're inviting Mr. Stephen A. Smith there for all the bullshit that he helped start with all this conversation with WNBA and stuff like that. So he even said to the point that he did a lot for women as far as broadcasting in the show, and then he said he could have did less. Like that's something that's like is he stunting? That's a stunt. That's a flex. He's flexing, saying that, well, I could have did nothing, but I did do something. This is what I did. Like, wow, man. Listen, welcome to the hot dog stand, you fucking glizzy eater. You know what I'm saying? So I have a couple other people on the list that I would like to invite to the hot dog stand too. But we'll talk about that at another time, man. So congratulations, Stephen A. Smith, the first person invited to the hot dog stand. So anyway, back to the conversation at hand here. Let's talk about the 90s, man. You want to talk about tough people, you want to talk about New York, the New York grit and stuff like that. For those that don't know what the hot dog stand reference is, it's SMD. Okay, that's basically a New York term. People say, "Oh man, that's the New York shit." The young boys are saying that stuff, man. They don't know what they mean by that. I know exactly what I mean when I say that. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, back to the 90s grit and stuff like that. These are the players that we want. That we remember. Charles Oakley. Ewing, X-Man. You know what I'm saying? Even guys like John Wallace. You got John Starks, Larry Johnson, Charlie Ward, Doc Rivers. Doc Rivers gets a lot of flack during his coaching career, but he was a tough player, man. He will fuck you up. Doc Rivers will square up with you, and he's done it with the Knicks. Got his teeth knocked out. I remember one time, on the Atlanta Hawks, he got into a lot of scuffles too when he was with the Atlanta Hawks. Crazy play. You want to talk about Chris Childs? You want to talk about Kurt Thomas? Even Chris Dudley wasn't afraid to step to Shaq because Shaq tried to embarrass him. You know what I'm saying? Let's scroll down for a second. There's one person I want to mention. Here he goes. Charles Smith. Charles Smith, was probably the softest player that we ever had. But that's only through reputation from what we've been saying. But if you go through the history, Charles Smith was not soft, man. Charles Smith was not soft. Charles Smith was a 6'10" power forward that could play center, that was playing small forward for us, man. You know what I'm saying? And he was out there, playing defense, running the floor, ball handling, doing everything that he wasn't supposed to do at 6'10". A guy with this that was basically a back to the basket kind of guy. He was a power forward. He was supposed to replace Charles Oakley as a starting power forward. But because the Knicks weren't able to replace the small forward thing, Charles Smith ended up being a small forward for the Knicks with Charles Oakley as the power forward. It was Charles Oakley, Charles Smith, and Ewing as the starting front court. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, Charles Smith was tough too. Never complained about it. Always just showed up, knowing that he had a mismatch every single night. With as far as quickness and stuff like that. And he never complained. And we went to the finals with him as a starting small forward. So these are the people that we are cut from, man. You want to talk about blood in the garden here? From I believe that's Alan Hahn's book, if I'm not mistaken, The Blood in the Garden. This is where we're from. This is where we're cut from, man. So this is what we want as a Knicks team. This is the grit, the Spreewells, the Chris Childs. You know what I'm saying? All these guys here, Marcus Camby. These are the guys that we want on the team here. So when we're looking for players and when we're talking about players, we need to think along those lines, man. Think how can we could bring the New York City grit back? If that is even a thing. Because this is the 90s. People always make it for, the 90s. Y'all still stuck in the 90s and but every time we talk about the Knicks, the 90s, the 90s, the 90s. You know what I'm saying? Even the young people, back in the 90s, in the early 2090s, everybody is intrigued by the 90s. But at the same time, in the same breath, they want to diss people older people, oh, you old head, yeah, you know what I'm saying? OG, yeah, all right, OG, so good, whatever, you know what I'm saying? Like this era is so corny. Like people will say that to you, and they're literally wearing the same outfit that you wore like 30 years ago. You know what I'm saying? How could you talk shit to someone, to like an older fan, saying that they're like disconnected or not, or don't know what they're talking about? You know what I'm saying? But meanwhile, you're wearing the same outfit that they wore like 30 years ago. Like, it's ridiculous, man. Down to the shoes, the hat, the everything. You know what I'm saying? So I just don't get it, man. So anyway, the point I'm trying to make here is that like when we're thinking of trades and stuff like that, how to make the team better, like this is the lines that we need to go along. So let's talk about our guys here. You got Julius Randle on the right, you got Brunson, you got OG. These are guys that fit the description. OG is one of the best defenders, historically in the NBA during this era, right? But we didn't realize how good he was until he got to the Knicks. When he got to the Knicks, we realized this motherfucker really is a good fucking basketball player. You know what I'm saying? OG can't stay healthy, man. That we've known that throughout his career. Also, can't stay healthy, so that's something that we have to worry about. But if this guy is available, man, he is absolutely like the answer at the small forward spot. You know what I'm saying? And for what you want to say about Julius Randle, 2010 and 5, man, you can't like negate that. So my thing is, when you have a better team, let's say, like I know you see Donovan Mitchell there. We'll talk about Donovan Mitchell in a second, but adding Donovan Mitchell to the team, do you think that Julius Randle is still going to be getting the shots and stuff that he's been getting, or the ball handling? If you got Donovan Mitchell and Brunson on the same team, do you think Julius will still get 20, 10, and 5? Of course, those numbers are going to go down. Isn't that what we want? But the main point is what I'm trying to say here is the 90s grit. Don't you think that Julius Randle fits the description also? Between OG and Julius Randle, who played really well in January. People not talking about that enough. Those two guys absolutely fit the description. You want to talk about Xavier McDaniel and Charles Oakley type skills there at the 3 and the 4. You know what I'm saying? You want to compare OG to Oakley in such a way that OG doesn't really score like that. He can, just like Oakley. Oakley can't really score like that, but he can, just like OG. But as far as rebounding, of course, Julius and toughness, that's Julius Randle. But the defense, and the scoring ability that the X-Men brought to the table is like a hybrid Julius Randle along with OG also. So that's tradition right there. OG and Julius, I think to me, I think it's still the answer for us at the forward spots. So people would like to talk about Josh Hart staying as the starting small forward with OG. That's fine. Oh, we don't need Julius. My thing is, why would you want to put Josh Hart in a situation now where for 82 games now, you would just complain that everybody complains about Tom Thibodeau running these guys to the ground. But why would you put Josh Hart in a situation where now he has to break his back for 82 games plus the playoffs? You know what I'm saying? Somebody that's being asked now to get 15 rebounds per game at the small forward spot at 6'5", and he should be playing shooting guard, to tell you the truth. You know what I'm saying? Why would you force him to do that? To do that every single night when we don't have to. When we have Julius and we have OG. If OG gets hurt, then we can slide Josh Hart back into the starting spot. You know what I'm saying? Because we can rely on Josh to be available if OG goes down, like we all assuming. So I think that's the better outlook there. Not to put OG out there as a starting power forward. Now playing out of position, yes, he can guard centers. Yes, he can guard power forwards. But why would you want an injury-prone player to be out there getting banged? No diddy. Night in and night out. In a position that he's not really supposed to be playing. This guy OG Anunoby only averages 5 rebounds per game. So he's not a good rebounder. So now you want to force him to rebound now, something he's never done, and for a player that's always hurt. Make it make sense to me. Make it make sense to me. So for those that tuning in might be listening to this pod later on, this is why I would like to stand pat. I don't really want to do much, to improve the team. I did mention, earlier on here with the Mikal Bridges idea, that to get Mikal Bridges, I think is possible. To trade Julius for Mikal Bridges. Why do we need to do that? The Nets are the one with the inferior player. Trading Julius for Mikal Bridges is ass backwards for the Knicks. Why would we do that? You know what I'm saying? Julius Randle is the better player, and he's like literally top 5 power forward in the NBA. And he's been second team All NBA. Whatever. So And really, he's like top three power forwards in the NBA. You can make an argument. You know what I'm saying? So why would we trade him for like a guy that we already have on the team? Also, OG. We got OG. Why would we trade Julius for another OG? I don't understand. To make him play out of position, I just don't understand it to me, man. It just doesn't make no sense to me. But anyway, power wise, man, I think Julius and OG, I think it's just perfect. You add Hartenstein, which I think you got to resign him. OG, you got to resign. Hartenstein, you got to resign. You know, that takes up a lot of money. So if we're gonna do something, it has to be via trade. So I got Donovan Mitchell here because I got a chance to listen to Nothing But Knicks because they also came out with their first show in a long time also today. And you know, Donovan Mitchell was mentioned, and you know, Sim seems to think that they can get Donovan Mitchell fairly easy just for like a Bogdanovich and whatever. You know, and I think it's possible too. You know, if you add the draft picks to it, you know, it makes it more enticing. But you know, to get Donovan Mitchell, you're gonna have to give up something. Like Deuce is gonna have to go. He was talking about Mitchell Robinson and Bogey could be traded also. You know, yeah, but you know, the Cleveland Cavaliers already have centers. You know, so I don't know if they want to move off their centers. They might want to do that. Trade one of their big men. You know, and get Mitchell Robinson here as a replacement. They might try to do that. You know, there's something they might want to do. But you know, we're gonna have to throw those draft picks in there. You know, talking about 2, 3. You might need to throw a third one in there to get Donovan Mitchell, not for Mikal Bridges. They said 4 draft picks and Julius Randle for Mikal Bridges. Come on, man. But I mean, for Donovan Mitchell, you know, if they wanted 4 draft picks, man, well, we're not drafting nobody. So you know, if Cleveland wanted to do that to do a quick reset in Cleveland, then you know, I would do that. You know, for our little window that we have here because I believe our Knicks don't necessarily need to draft right now. We're in win now mode. So like if we keep Julius, we keep OG resign and we resign Hartenstein also. If we make a trade to get Donovan Mitchell, like you know, it's gonna be shaky because of the apron, the salary cap apron and all this other stuff. For those that are into the salary cap, you guys know that already that it's gonna be difficult to make a trade happen. But if they wanted to make it done, to get it done, and if Cleveland was motivated, the NBA can make something happen to make it easier for a trade like that to go through. So I mean, if you look at that on paper, you know, you got Julius, you got OG, you got Hartenstein, now you got Donovan Mitchell with Brunson. It's kind of crazy, you know what I'm saying? I like Dante DiVincenzo, you know, but if Dante is coming off the bench, I think that's a good person to have there as a spot starter. It reminds me of John Starks a lot because John Starks was coming off the bench, backing up Gerald Wilkins. We got rid of Gerald Wilkins and upgraded John Starks to the starting spot. And then once we got Houston, John Stark went back to the bench and Houston started. So I mean, if we get Donovan Mitchell, that's the same thing of us getting like an Allen Houston and making John Starks go to the bench. You know, so DiVincenzo would be that John Starks guy going back to the bench. So I mean, you know, just look at that right there, man. Without, you know, we're not trading Julius, man. So imagine that you got Julius, you got OG, you got Hartenstein. Now you traded for Donovan Mitchell. I don't know how, but you made that happen. Brunson is his backcourt mate. You still got DiVincenzo at the bench. You still got Josh Hart. You know what I'm saying? Outside of that, who else did we add to the team to make them better? We definitely had to get somebody. There's plenty of free agents out there that can contribute. You know, for like, you know, for the cheap. So I mean, there's one player here that's been around that I've wanted for a little while here. So I was gonna look at centers real quick, but I got off topic here. So let's go to small forwards. To sign as far as like low level guys, you know, if you want to be funny, there's rumors that the LeBron James might come over for the minimum. You know, I don't know if that would ever happen. That would just destroy the NBA if he did that. As far as the league minimum, I don't think Oubre would come for the minimum, even though he did play for the minimum last year, right? He played for 2.8 million. I don't think he's going to get that this year. That would be crazy. You got Sadiq Bey. You know, if Kelly Oubre got 2 point something last year, you know, then I could see you know, Sadiq Bey, but he's a restricted free agent. You got Isaac Okoro restricted, also Clip Martins as a player option. You got Derek Jones Jr. as a person that like we could possibly get for like a what do you call league minimum kind of deal, you know, for him to be a backup small forward. How crazy would that be? He's a solid player to have coming off your bench. Sam Hauser's good too. You know, he might be this guy Royce O'Neal. He's another guy that could be a candidate to be a minimum player coming off the bench. Gordon Hayward is another guy. Marshall, he's pretty good. Cedi Osman's a guy we could pick up. There's one player down here. Oh, this kid here, this French dude, definitely can shoot the three. He's definitely up and coming. Restricted also though. Highsmith is there. He's decent. Jashawn Chait, I really like because he's a solid individual, plays really good defense. I really like him as an option. He definitely probably be available for the league minimum. Cam Reddish, Lord have mercy, Cam Reddish. Remember Cam Reddish? I wanted to play this earlier, man, but remember Cam Reddish? Remember this little clip here about Cam Reddish?
Kevin fucking Knox. Are we the Knicks? The Knicks. The Knicks. Are you stupid? The Knicks. Why would you do that? We play these niggas this weekend. Bro, I hope Cam drop 50. I pray he drop 50, bro. I pray we lose to them niggas. I pray it's because of Cam, bro. This shit is fucking stupid.
Yeah, crazy. I'll keep that in the stash forever, man. That is just gold. Yeah, he was going crazy about the Knicks trading for Cam Reddish for Kevin Knox and picks. Anyway, you got Doug McDermott there. There's one player I'm like, oh, this guy here, Bates Diop will be fantastic coming off the bench. You want to talk about Daniel House we already had on the Knicks once before. You got Robert Covington is another player. KJ Martin's another guy. Brissett Narwa is another guy. Kevin Knox also. We just heard his name being mentioned a bunch of times. There's quite a few players, man, that's available. I'm looking for a small forward, but I guess they have him listed as a power forward. Let me just take a look real quick. For those that are wondering, this is Hoops Hype that I'm using here. Hoops Hype does this every year. Listing different free agents and stuff like that. They do a good job listing. So if you would like to use that, feel free. You got Tobias Harris is another guy that might end up getting like mid-level exemption kind of thing, or that type of thing. Got Cal Anderson, Patrick Williams. I'm not in love with that dude. Here we go. This is a guy I like, man. Torian Prince. They got him listed as a power forward. He would be fantastic coming off the Knicks bench, man. In this situation with OG and all this and Julius Randle, having Torian Prince coming off the bench, I think that would be freaking great. This is a guy that they've been cheating as far as salary for years, man. So, to pick him up on the low, $4 million a year, man, I think that would be fantastic. Torian Prince, a big fan of his. So I just mentioned plenty of guys that we could pick up for the league minimum that they could fill that bench role as a wing guy. Another guy too that people forget about, that's already on the roster, Jacob Toppin Knicks. Yep, it goes Jacob Toppin. I put Knicks, but it said mix. So let's get rid of this here and let's put Knicks. Yeah, so Jacob Toppin, man, here he goes here. This is a young guy, undrafted. I'm hoping for this guy to develop, man. The Knicks, I put him in the G League. He's been playing really well in the G League. So if this guy could really keep getting better, man, this guy could be a dude that we could take advantage of. That could really do something for us possibly in the future, man. You got to give the Knicks credit. Even this guy here too, Jalen Martin. The Knicks have tried their best to get young talent here, even though we're not using the draft picks. We're still picking up players that are draft worthy. Like Jacob Toppin, he probably could have got drafted, but he went undrafted, and he might actually end up being a rotation one day, man. Wouldn't that be spectacular? Guys like IQ, you talking about Deuce. These are guys that we drafted that nobody expected nothing of. Even Mitchell Robinson, second round pick, nobody expected these guys to do anything. So why can't Jacob Toppin do that? You want to talk about Mason? You want to talk about Starks? All these guys came from the dirt. Why can't we get a diamond in the rough? So I mean, it's all this is about time. It's about time for something like that to happen for the Knicks, man. So I mean, the sky's the limit for us, man. Like guys like Devin Booker, I'm just not interested in. Donovan Mitchell, I'm quite sure, that they're gonna want those picks. If they want the picks, the Knicks could just give them the picks, man. I don't give a fuck. This is just as long as we get the guy that we want. A team like Cleveland, they need a hard reset. They're gonna want to trade Donovan Mitchell for a superstar. These teams need to get up off of that thing now. Trading 1-for-1 for superstar. There's nobody out there available that they can get that's gonna be 1-for-1 for Donovan Mitchell. Like, and my thing is, like, why would you trade like quote unquote superstar for Donovan Mitchell? Like Donovan Mitchell, what service does he serve you? Because he's really like a point guard, to tell you the truth. On the Knicks, I could see him fitting in as a super Dante DiVincenzo, basically. That's what he's gonna be, like a super Dante DiVincenzo. Definitely will help what the Knicks are trying to do, style of play and all this, that, and the other. So that's how he fits with us. But one-on-one, trade for another team, Even with Cleveland, the way that Cleveland traded for Donovan Mitchell, they traded for marketing and a bunch of like ragtag guys. Their marketing, ended up becoming an all-star himself. You know what I'm saying? But nobody thought marketing would start averaging 20 something points per game in a winning situation. Nobody thought that. So Utah got lucky in that right. But basically, that trade that they traded for Donovan Mitchell was a bunch of garbage. You want to talk about Maxi? Maxi was hurt. Maxi ended up playing well for them, but they were losers. They lost. So it's just interesting, man. This conversation with trades and stuff like that. But this is the beginning of the offseason, man. So like I said, I started the show with a bunch of bullshit trades, from Bleacher Report. There's gonna be trades up the wazoo, on Twitter. I'm going through the timeline. People are getting upset about I'm seeing all these dumbass trades and stuff. But why are we getting upset, man? This is what sports is all about. This is the off season. Our team is not playing. I don't necessarily care about Boston or Dallas. I don't care who wins. I'm probably not even gonna watch the game. I'm not gonna watch them on purpose, to tell you the truth. I might watch it if I have nothing else to do, or if I'm out with somebody and the game is on, we might watch it. But I'm not gonna actively, oh my God, I gotta watch the NBA finals. You know what I'm saying? I love the Knicks, man. This is what it's about with my team, man. So, trades, stupid ass trades are gonna be out there. But the thing is, there's a lot of good to talk about. Everything doesn't always have to be negative, man. Something obviously negative does not need to be met with the negative. That you just basically taking the bait. You know what I'm saying? But through every negative, you could always pull a positive, man. So I definitely wanna say that. So yeah, man, that's basically what I wanted to get off my chest. So, I wanted to do some trades and stuff like that too. But I already talked you guys heads off too enough as it is, man. But as far as the Knicks, man, I love the Knicks. The '90s teams, and this is where we're from here. This is what we love. And I'm just hoping that the Knicks could continue the tradition, double down on what we've been doing, add that extra player that we never had, and see what we can do here, man. Like I said, Devin Booker, I think that guy is a little bit too, just name recognition alone, is just too much. The Mikal Bridges, I think we could touch him. I think Donovan Mitchell we could touch also, just based off of their teams, the trajectory of those teams. Phoenix just got Budenholzer, so they're not going to trade Devin Booker. So I think that's off the thing there. As far as the Lakers, getting Anthony Davis, they're not going to trade him because they're looking to win now. Also, they're looking to add players to the team, not get rid of them. So those players like that are going to be off the books. But teams like Cleveland, if they make a decision, say, listen, Donovan Mitchell's not going to resign. Let's take the best deal that we can get here. We're going to get all these draft picks from the Knicks. Let's just do that and cut our losses. You know what I'm saying? They might decide to do that. And it's quite possibly they will do that. So if they do that and the Knicks could get Donovan Mitchell for a deal like that, then I think it's perfect. And then we'll be just be sitting in the driver's seat waiting to see if we can get to the finals around this time next year. And I seriously think that's what's going to happen. You want to talk about NBA on NBC? That's coming back. The Knicks are not going to be the NBA is going to be back on NBC. You know what I'm saying? As far as Turner Network and TBS, TNT and stuff like that. I'm not sure if they're going to be on there anymore. I'm not sure exactly how the deal works. But it's a new era, man. It's very nostalgic. I feel like the Knicks could have won the championship last year. But Julius Randle ended up getting hurt. That's why we didn't get past Miami. This year, if Julius Randle was healthy, if all of our team was relatively healthy, not even if Julius Randle, if just the guys that outside of Julius Randle were healthy, like if we had Bogey, if we had OG, and Josh Harden, if Brunson didn't break his hand, that type of thing. If none of that happened, man, between those guys, I think we would be in the finals right now against Dallas. And then us against Dallas, I like our odds with that. I like the fight. I like the fight that we would give up against Dallas, man. So I think the Knicks are right there. So I'm hoping that after this offseason, once we get these trades out of out the way, this when the draft comes and everything happens the way it's supposed to happen, I'm just hoping that next June that we're not talking about another second round exit or Eastern Conference Finals loss or first round loss on maybe not even making the playoffs. I just hope nothing like that happens. I hope that we can finally get to that championship. And I just think this window is here with Brunson now, and we really need to take advantage of this time and place on this earth, man. So I know I've been talking this whole time. I didn't really acknowledge the chat, man. Definitely thank you, Daniel Berry Sports, for being the first one here always, man. We're back in business, man. I have a pod tomorrow. Let me get this person's name here. I'm never good with names. I'm getting old in my old age here. But let's put YouTube up here. Uh, so I mean, I'm supposed to be on the show. You know how people are, but the show is called Tandy Time. So he talks NBA, he talks Top Shot also. So I'll be on this channel tomorrow, man. So this is Tandy Time. You could check this channel out tomorrow around 4 p.m. I'll be on this show. So for anybody that's interested, man, please pop up and check me out. We'll be talking NBA, we'll be talking NFTs, we'll be talking basically the finals, and I'll be asking them different stuff about him and stuff like that. I believe he's from Boston. So we'll have a good time, man. You can come to this channel, watch me on there. As far as this channel, guys, you guys know that I love to do this podcast shit, man. So I'm back on it, man. So look for interviews, look for more shows like this, and also I would like to do more shows where I just talk to you guys, random stuff, open panels, and that type of thing. So I'll try to do that at least once a week to have like a big open panel type of thing. Anything goes, phone calls, and people could pop up on through the link and just be a guest for the week, whatever, so I plan on doing that once a week. Then also, like I said, interviews will be happening more like it was last summer, and they're just random pods like this whenever I have something I really want to chop out, man. So please hit the notification bell, so you can be notified when I go live, because I will not have a schedule, but I will be putting out content fairly often, man. So if you really want to know when I'm coming on and you're interested about what I have to say, and I'm interested on some of the interviews that I'm going to be trying to get on the show here, please hit that notification bell so you can be notified whenever I go live, man. So that's what's happening with the channel right now. It's time to go. I love podcasting. Like I said, I love this internet shit with the YouTube and whatever like that, man. So please continue to follow Die Hard Knicks. Still NBK all day. Affiliated also with the Morning Brew Sports Crew. So gonna stay busy this summer. Get these numbers up too, man, because I hit 26,000 and I took a couple breaks and I kind of fucked up the algorithm. So it's time to get busy again, man. Let's get these numbers up from 2600. Let's see if we can get this up to at least 3,000, by sometime in the summer, and then hopefully we can sniff 4,000 before the season starts. That's my goal, to get 4,000, before the season starts, man. So if you guys can help that out in any kind of way, I definitely would appreciate it, man. But shout out to Kareem Grant. Here's my guy, definitely one of my twins here online, always here hanging out and stuff. Definitely clickbait with those trades, man. It's garbage. He goes on deals NYK, man. He's definitely a contributor all across the board as far as most Knicks podcasts and stuff. Also the Morning Brew Crew, if I'm not mistaken, man. He definitely contributes to their chat also. He says, what's good? Salute to the piece of the chat. No doubt about that, man. Definitely hit the likes and subscribes if you haven't done that. He said, this guy Kareem Grant says, LeBron will be JJ's boss. Ain't that some shit? It's bullshit, man. These guys are con artists, man. So my thing is like, being called a con artist might not be the right thing, but you have to fake it before you make it, kind of thing. You know what I'm saying? So if you want something, you gotta pretend like you already have it to convince other people that you do have it. So then all of a sudden now you have it, because they'll give it to you because you made it seem like it. That's exactly what JJ Redick is right there, man. He could talk the game because he knows the game. I could talk the game because I know the game too. You know what I'm saying? JJ Redick wasn't like that as a player. Now all of a sudden he's like that, in this part of his life. It's all good. Shout out to Coach Sear. It always sounds like I'm hating, man. I don't give a fuck. He goes, Coach Sear in the place to be. What's up, man? I like the avatars, man. Make sure you guys get some good avatars, man, so we can know what you're all about, man. Shout out to Kareem Grant. Got Anthony Mason was my favorite, man. God rest the dead. Anthony Mason, his kids. My kids get their haircut by Anthony Mason's barber. You know what I'm saying? So, I love Anthony Mason, one of my favorite guys out there, that ever played, man. If I were to say who's my favorite Knick, I think Anthony Mason's my all-time favorite Knick. Absolutely. McDaniels too, no doubt. Brick Nation's in the place here. Saluting. Mike K in the place, man. My man Mike K is always contributing, always hitting me up with great information offline and stuff like that, man. Definitely appreciate you, man. He says, I think the Knicks should offer Bogdanovich 2 years, 22 million if they're not going to take his option and trade the $19 million contract. Okay. He said Prince would be good. That's Taurean Prince. Doesn't New York have a mid-level exemption? I believe they do. You know, once we start getting close to that tax apron, I think the exemptions start to change. So all that stuff is kind of weird and wishy-washy, man. So I'm not really too sure, about what's going on there. But we do have exemptions and stuff like that we can utilize. So the Knicks are going to have to be savvy if they're going to make a move. Like say we mentioned Mikal Bridges and Donovan Mitchell. I can see how those guys can get here. So if we can get those guys here in those ways that I mentioned, then we can play games like this and then have that mid-level exemption and get that next guy, to come here to help us out. I think the championship is right for the picking because all the rest of the teams, of course, the other teams are going to get better. You know what I'm saying? But I don't think they're going to get better than the Knicks. I think the Knicks, if the Knicks don't do nothing, I think the Knicks team is better than most teams in the league, to tell you the truth. Or not better, but will compete with any team in the NBA. You know what I'm saying? And I really believe that, man. So Mike is also saying, he said, I think the Knicks really miss IQ, scoring off the bench. I would offer DeMar. So you've been talking about DeMar DeRozan a lot. So I agree. DeMar DeRozan is somebody that's on everybody's list right now. He's getting older. So if DeMar DeRozan also still putting out great seasons too, man. I want to talk about leadership. Him being able to take a team that would look like they were going to be out the playoffs and force them to make the playoffs and stuff like that on his back after injuries and stuff like that is pretty amazing. You want to talk about the last game of the season where he basically, it was like a playoff game that Bulls team gave us everything that they had, and DeMar DeRozan was still spearheading the attack against the Knicks, man. So getting DeMar DeRozan would be fantastic. Mid-level exemption would be great for DeMar DeRozan at this point of his career. Have him coming off the bench, would be fantastic also, man, to take some of the heat off him, extend his career. And if he wants to win a championship, coming to the Knicks and playing off the bench for the mid-level exemption, wow, that would be freaking crazy. You know what I'm saying? You want to talk about DiVincenzo and DeMar DeRozan off the bench with Josh Hart also there, man, that's fantastic. That's fantastic. So we'll see what happens with that, man. Anything goes in this NBA. Shout out to Bricks Nation, man. Got some stuff to say. He said Nets owner seems like civil, nice guy. He's gonna do the right thing by Mikal. We'll see, man. One thing about energy, I'm good with energy, man. Always putting out good energy and stuff like that. Even though I'm inviting people to the hot dog stand, basically telling people to suck my dick. You know what I'm saying? Even though I'm saying something like that, that is negative. It's probably like the most negative thing you could possibly say. I'm saying it with all due respect and love too. If that's even possible. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, you know what I'm saying? I think energy is really good. Whatever energy you put out there, you're gonna get back. You know what I'm saying? So I think the Nets have been putting out negative energy this entire time. That's why they have not been successful, even though they have been successful. Building the team, making trades and things of that nature. Nothing has worked because they never did anything out of love. You know what I'm saying? Even though like I said, I'm saying these things here on this pod as far as the hot dog stand and stuff like that. I'm saying it with love. You know what I'm saying? It's coming from a place of love because these people definitely belong on this list. You know what I'm saying? Because of what they did, what energy they've put out there. And me putting them in that light just puts them in the place that they belong. So I'm doing it out of love. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. So anyway, Sears here. You said he said I'm seeing Tyree Easton. Tyree Easton is another guy. Tyree Easton, I don't know why they keep mentioning him in trades and stuff like that. Because if I'm Houston, I want Tyree Easton to be successful. They were lucky enough to get him, so they need to see what they have in that player and give him the best opportunity for him to succeed there. But a guy like Tyree Easton, if we can get him, that'd be fantastic. But he's absolutely a player that they need over there. So we have to see what happens with Tyree Easton. Also, you see OKC as a potential team for us to move up. I believe that too. Shout out to OKC. OKC has a lot of players on their team that could be moved. How do you guys feel about the Aussie? What's his name? From OKC. Let me get OKC's roster because I can never remember anything. OKC's roster. So Josh Giddey. What do you guys think about Josh Giddey? Because you want to talk about moving up. Josh Giddey for one of our draft picks or maybe even both draft picks for Josh Giddey. I don't think that's a bad idea. And have him come off the bench in the same way that you would have DeRozan or say like whoever else we said Torian Prince and that type of thing. If we was to trade for Josh Giddey, how would you guys feel about that? I don't know how the numbers work because I don't have it up, but what about that? Because they already got guys like Jalen Williams and stuff like that they're already invested in, and then they really don't like Josh Giddey anymore for some reason. So what do you guys think about the possibility of plucking him off the roster to make our team better? Because I think he would fit with the Knicks pretty well. For the way that the Knicks want to play, as far as moving the ball, passing the ball, playing defense, and running the floor and things of that nature, having an extra ball handler and stuff like that. I think Josh Giddey would be really nice with the Knicks coming off the bench there. Talking about Cody Williams. Cody Williams. Is Cody Williams in the draft? That's another thing too, man. There's a lot of names in this draft that I just never seen before in my life, man. But let's let me keep scrolling here. We got Keyshawn says trade for Bridges. I think that's a great move there, man, to trade for Bridges. It's something is definitely top thing to talk about this offseason. Oh wow, look at this. Korean Grant finally joined, man. So I definitely appreciate it, man. So that is an option for people that would like to do that. You can actually become a member of the Die Hard Knicks podcast, man. I believe it's $5 or whatever. You get like a you get like a little icon next to your name or whatever. Also too, you get some access to different avatars and different emojis and that type of stuff. So I'm looking to expand that, to add more give backs to you guys and stuff like that, man. But we'll see as time goes on, man. But that's a great way to support the pod, man. I definitely could use the support. Shout out to Gideon Amakwa. Shout out to Amakwa, man. I have a best friend, one of my best buds growing up. Went to school with him and stuff like that. It was actually named Amakwa. I don't know if you're the same person. That would be interesting. But and his name is actually G too. We call him G. Mankwa. I think it's Anankwa for him. I'm not sure exactly, but anyway, shout out to East New York. Definitely like some Mikhail. Definitely win and swap. Yeah, that's ridiculous, man. Such a ridiculous idea. The Rosen definitely would be nice. Shout out to Darren Hood, man. Definitely appreciate you coming through. Yeah, man. As far as Gideon and Darren Hood, man, get your avatars up, man. Find a nice picture that means something to you. It doesn't have to be anybody that you know or whatever, but just put a picture there or yourself. It doesn't have to be yourself. But put a picture there that describes you. That way when you come up on there, you get the facial recognition and that type of thing, and people will get to know more about you, as far as that's concerned. Yeah. So Mike Hayes still talking about DeRozan. He's made his money throughout his career. It's time to win the championship, fam. So if he's motivated for that, man, that's another big conversation. Because like you're talking about Mikal Bridges, what's the difference between Mikal Bridges and DeRozan? Mikal Bridges is not the best 3-point shooter. He could shoot the three. I mean, not disrespect him. He could shoot the three, but it's not really necessarily about that. It's about the facilitating, what you could bring to the table. DeRozan's athletic, could score and stuff like that. Mikal Bridges is the same way. So both players bring similar attributes to the team, and both teams will help the team out in different ways. So it's interesting. Definitely a small list of guys that we definitely would like to put on these Knicks, man. Coach said he wants the 12th pick. So I mean that's a whole nother pod, man, to talk about drafts and stuff like that, man. But who's at the 12th pick that you would want though? So you're talking about Cody Williams. Who mentioned that earlier? Cody Williams. Was that yep, that was Mr. Kosier. Cody Williams is a draft pick. So are we gonna be looking at draft picks now, man? Let me put Darren Hood there. So let's do draft picks. Let's do NBA draft.net. Let's check them out real quick. 2024 mock draft. Sometimes this website has bugs, man. So hopefully it's not too bad. So looking at number 12, I see Terrence Shannon. I'm gonna keep it a bug. A lot of these players, I don't know who the fuck they are. Cody Williams, they got him at number 4. So do you think a guy here, the NBA draft.net says that he could be drafted at 4? Do you think he would fall to 12? So I don't know, man. Some of these guys here, I got to keep it a buck. Right now, I'm just not ready for the draft. When the time comes, I'll get real, versed in all these guys, and we'll be more familiar with who we would like to pick. But to tell you the truth, right now, I don't know who these people are. It's basically all NBA 2K avatar guys here. For all I know. Wow, sign and trade OG for Bridges. That's interesting too. I don't think that would happen though, but that definitely is interesting. So this is the dude that his brother plays for Charlotte, Cody Williams. So which brother, Cody? So I mean, you guys gotta be looking now, man. So I really don't want to get into the draft like that. But let me see if they have a picture of Mr. Cody. So Cody Williams there. Hmm. I'm not sure if on the Williams I'm thinking about if that's the same guy. If I'm thinking about the face. But anyway, it's interesting. But I mentioned Giddy. You mentioned that he got a triple double. You know, in MSG. He's a good basketball player, man. So he's Jalen Williams' brother. Okay, so I see now. So now that you say that, I see the resemblance. I see the resemblance between Cody Williams there, Cody Williams, and this guy here, Jalen Williams. They look exactly alike. So do they play the same? That's interesting. So if they play similar, then that's absolutely a great pickup. A $180, definitely light in his ass. Small forward, 6'8". It's interesting, man. Like I said, that's a whole nother pod for another day, man. But yeah, man, thank you guys for popping in. You know, definitely appreciate everybody popping in the chat. Replay gang, man, for those that would like to check out this pod and the replay, thank you guys for coming in for that. Comments also, man. Definitely would love you guys to hit the comments. That definitely will help out the channel too, man. Putting little bullshit comments. Because I mean, like, shout out to all my guys here, man. You know, shout out to Korean Grant and whoever else contributes to the comments, man. Those little comments you guys put go a long way, man. So I said bullshit comments, man. Those comments help out the pod a lot too, man. So you know, meet me in the comments if you have anything you disagree with me about. And I always answer everything. We can have straight conversations in the comments, man. So please let's get that going. And once again, as you see on the screen, Tandy Time, I will be on this channel tomorrow. You know, tomorrow at 4 p.m. You know, for those that would like to tune into that, man. So, you know, just trying to stay busy. I love this. I love podcasting, man. So I'm going to continue to do that as long as it makes me feel good. And this possibly could be the new Knicks here. Add Hartenstein to that mix there. You know, possibly Torian Prince, possibly DeMar DeRozan, you know, coming off the bench. And, you know, the world is our oyster, man. Anything can happen with the Knicks. Anything can happen for next season. The Knicks are a hot team. I'm quite sure a lot of players would like to get down with what we're doing, especially being playing with Brunson and some of the guys that we have. I'm quite sure a lot of you know, players out there want to play for the Knicks now. So it's definitely different, definitely a different era right now. Shout out to what's his name? Kevin Durant, who said that we weren't cool. Now the Knicks are definitely the coolest kid in school now. So I'm quite sure a lot of free agents are going to want to play for the Knicks next year. And we'll see what happens, man. Definitely proud of my Knicks. You know, I'm proud of all you guys for what we did during the season. You know, with all the get-togethers and all the camaraderie as far as the podcasting and content creating and just everything that everybody does out there, you know, to for the culture. It's incredible, man. So definitely hats off to all you guys there. And you know, like I always do on the channel, man. I put 4 fingers to the forehead, tucking the thumb. Salute, and I see you motherfuckers later. Yeah, man. So here's another thing too, man. Before we get out of here, this is gonna be something that I'm gonna be doing also. You know, just you know, for when I get myself together. I actually was gonna do it tonight, but giveaway time. You know, whenever you see that, whenever you see me start blinking this, man, that means it's time to give away some stuff, man. So tune in for that. I'll be giving away a lot of different things, you know, this off season. Usually gift cards and stuff like that, but I actually have some stuff laying around that just collecting dust that I can just give away to some of you guys, man. So I definitely appreciate you guys for tuning in. And I'll see you guys next time. For those that haven't seen it, let's take a look at this Dire Knicks outro. I definitely got to fix the video because I got RJ still in it. I got Obi Toppin still in it. So we gotta fix that up a little bit for next year, man. But you know, this is Dire Eru signing out. Thanks for tuning in, and I catch you guys next time, man. Peace.
Eru, I see you. Die hard. Trap. We gonna do this one the right way. We in here forever. Yeah. Die hard. Homie, die hard. You can check the swag. He the realest by far. Swimming in that blue and orange. He the lifeguard. Yeah, he been through pain. At least he got some nice scars. He can smell the trophy. Yeah, he need it back to back. Rapper represent himself, his own name is on his back. 10 toes down, try to stop him, he come back. Bandwagon hoppers, he will knock you off your tracks. You ain't saying nothing, Nero been here from the start. He been working in the lab to take his team and make it art. See him going over film to help him build and make him smart. He will tell you how he feels because he's real and he got heart. He will never fade away, he will never change his face. Everybody picking faves, and he's feeling out of place, cause he is for the team, and he always rep the squad. Like that Christmas movie, he gon' always die hard. City on my back. They ask me what's my name, and it's on my back. I'm just speaking facts. We got big dreams, we ain't looking back. We be really die hard, yeah, that's a fact. We be really die hard, ain't no going back. Make the whole crowd rise like a thermostat. Fourth